Energy, movement, power. Every day, equipment is used around the world to make the clothes we wear, the food we eat, and take us to the places we want to go. But how does all the equipment keep moving without constantly breaking down or having to be replaced? Don't they get tired of working so hard? That's where lubricants come in. Lubricants are substances that are capable of reducing friction, heat, and wear when introduced as a film between solid surfaces.
Oil and grease are basically the same thing. What their main purpose is to provide a film between moving parts to cut down on friction and heat. The only difference between oil and grease is grease has a thickener in it to make it stay where you want it. One thing that you use every day would be your bicycle chain. Oil acts as a lubricant in your chain, creates a film and keeps it from sticking and makes it turn real easy. Some people may think that all oil and grease is the same, but it's not. The recipe is a little different. The jug may look the same. They might have different additives in them. They might have different properties, and they're not all for the same application. If a producer doesn't use oil and grease when they should, they will have breakdowns. Their equipment will get damaged, and that'll be costly repairs.
On the farm, lubricants are used all around us. They're used for routine maintenance or irrigation wells, greasing elevator legs, running a PTO on a truck or tractor, wheel hubs on equipment, and so much more.
Our partnership with cooperatives, they are our member owners. We bring production to the smallest farms out there. We procure the oil, we blend it up, we package it, and then we ship it to a cooperative who takes it to the farm and puts it into a tractor. Process for oil becoming something you actually use. You'll see the oil derricks out in the field or one of those big fracking towers, depending on where you are at in the country. It is pumped out of the ground. It's picked up or put into a pipeline, and it goes to a refinery, and that refinery breaks it down into gas and diesel and asphalt and other chemicals that we use for heat, and then those are put into pipelines or taken out of trucks, and they go to gas stations and eventually into your tank.
There are several different types of lubricants that are used for a variety of things. Engine oils, transmission fluids, hydraulic fluids, tractor hydraulic fluid, gear oil, and grease. Engine oils are used for lubrication in internal combustion engines, the engines found in motor vehicles. Transmission fluids helps gear shifts, cools the transmission, and lubricates moving parts.
The difference between hydraulic fluid and tractor hydraulic fluid is its overall abilities. A hydraulic fluid just transfers energy. A tractor hydraulic fluid transfers energy in some parts. It also takes care of the transmission and the wet brakes. Transmission have a lot of different metals in them, and they need lubricated and protected. The transfer of power in the bucket out front. And while you need lubrication, you only need so much in your brakes if you'd like to stop.
Another type of lubricant is gear oil. It works to lubricate and prevent corrosion in a manual transmission. Last but not least, grease is a lubricant too. Grease, the thick, oily substance which is used on moving parts of cars, trucks, and other machines in order to keep them running smoothly. All of these lubricants are used to prevent wear and tear.
The industries that utilize lubricants every day are everything from a railroad to ships on the ocean to airplanes and tractors and combines and construction equipment and even the windmills that you're passing that are generating electricity. Everything that has a moving part needs to be lubricated in some way, and that's the solution we provide.
What happens if you don't use a lubricant when you should?
Whether you farm just a few hundred acres or a few thousand acres, if you can do the routine maintenance and make your older equipment last longer, you don't have the expense of replacing his equipment as often.
Without using lubricants for general upkeep, we would be living in a world with constant breakdowns.
A lot of the lubricants I use on the farm, hydraulic oil, tons of hydraulic oil, regular oil, grease, everything on the farm uses lubricants.
Fortunately, lubricants are able to extend the life of equipment all around the world, keeping factories, cooperatives, and machines operating. Thanks for learning with Growing Agriculture Together. Find more resources at growingagriculturetogether.com.